Alright. What is up? A long break, but I am back. And this time I'm playing Sherlock Holmes The Awakened. Did I read that right in the beginning? He began development a year ago? This only had 1 year of development? Minecraft difficulty. You remember this one? What do you mean? It is. I'm hoping they'll teach me as I go. Sherlock Holmes meet Lovecraft. Indeed. I got a code for this game. I never played a Sherlock Holmes game before, although I own all of them. Let's check it out. Played this quite a while ago. How'd you play? What? This just launched. Oh, maybe it is a remake and there was another one before. I don't know that. Shadow over London, Baker Street. Must have played a game with Sherlock in it. I don't know if I have.
Dr. Watson, would you kindly close the door behind you so that we can limit the price of your carelessness to merely hours of work rather than days?
My apologies, Mr. Holmes. I found myself rather taken aback. I saw tidier houses in war-torn Afghanistan. Are those my surgical needles?
I ran out of tacks and the matter required immediate attention.
Was that my supper?
Plainly not, for I was the one who ate it.
I set it aside for this evening.
And for that I am grateful.
Is that my bed?
Watson, since you've proven yourself a master of observation, might I ask you to apply your skills to a more pertinent question? Namely, the whereabouts of today's newspapers. They are the key to everything. The newsboy is usually reliable.
Medically speaking, I often find that the key to everything is good sleep. In a bed. Your papers are here, on the table.
Let us see what the postman brought today.
Till end of the project, but take some time off. Travel. Go where the wind blows. It's usually in front of a computer. You should go to France, Melty. I hear it's lovely. Oh. I didn't mean to do that. I hear it's lovely this time of the year. Everything falls off the tables. I'm not sure that's good.
I'm close, I know it. I just need one more piece to crack the case.
Everything I touch falls on the floor. So this is a remake, is that it? I did not know that. Talria, hello, how are you? Tensions between England and Sweden are running high after a series of unfortunate mishaps during a recent visit to London by Swedish Princess Ildur. Chief among the scandals was the embarrassment of the British diplomatic corps as a result of the unexplained disappearance of Princess Ildur's personal bodyguard. The longtime member of her inner circle took the opportunity to explore London while off duty and never returned from his late-night promenade. A spokesman for the police assures the advertiser that they are confident the bodyguard will be located, as he is a striking representative of the Scandinavian people. A man like that gets noticed, whether by his peers at the Gentlemen's Club or the fair nightingales who comfort them.
Local gossip, all of it uninteresting.
Sleepily. Well, how late is it for you?
Your order from Barnes' bookshop has arrived, Doctor.
Oh yeah, same as me, yeah.
Barnes insists on delivering the books to our door, even though we could easily walk to his shop. That's good service.
If you talk to Maori manservant about the disappearance of a captain, it's a remake, yeah. I would have played it on my shitty HP laptop back in like 2018. 2011. So when I was writing the name on Twitch, two games with the same name popped up, and I picked this one with this cover because, well, it's the art that's over here. Yeah, maybe there's another one.
Another letter from Werner. I never reply, but they keep coming. I don't see the Strand. Where is it?
Pardon me?
I am on the precipice of uncovering a pattern of crime across London spanning many months and involving many men. A missing paper cannot be a coincidence.
That's preposterous.
My dear fellow, life is infinitely stranger than anything which the mind of man can invent.
Well, life used your newspaper to wipe its posterior, so after that unpleasant discovery this morning, I disposed of it. But in lieu of the Strand, perhaps I can deliver you something equally tantalizing. I have just returned from a patient of mine, Captain Stemwick, who...
No, that will not do. Grab your coat, Dr. Watson. Let us hope nobody has collected the dustbin.
I believe Throw plays all of these.
The dustbin is yours for the digging, Mr. Holmes. Don't look at me. If you want the newspaper, you'll have to get your hands dirty.
I keep buying them, intending to play, but I never get around to them. I think the oldest one I have is Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Reaper on 360. It's ready today, why not dress in something more appropriate for the weather? Open the case book with options, navigate the wardrobe tab with R1 and put on a hat. Okay. Oh. Ugly beige suit. The worst suit in the game, just awful. I love it. Ah. The deer stalker hat. Why not? Some of them look very odd, and one even makes you look very vampire-y. Maybe. But, Vampire is okay. It's a little Bloodborne, isn't it? No Fez? The Fez hat? No. I'll take a Fez dispenser, though. Oh, I can change Watson's outfit, too? The Fez doesn't suit him. Ugh, I don't like the mustache. I apologize to everyone in chat for picking this mustache.
If you come across one of my drafts, please leave it in the bin.
What the hell?
A cactus spine. If it gets in your skin, it's awfully tricky to remove, and when laced with poison, the perfect assassination tool. You were mistaken, Dr. Watson. The paper was indeed dirtied, but not how you implied. It's potting soil. See, Watson? The conspiracy is real. Someone tried to poison me.
Poison? You? That's madness.
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here. Sorry, Mr. Holmes. I just sold my last paper.
Then why are you advertising
Why
it?
are you still here?
Boss pays by the hour. No sense in returning early.
What? That's stupid.
You're a bright child. I presume you see everything that goes on around here?
Nothing gets past me, mister.
Then tell me, did you notice anyone suspicious at my door this morning?
Like the man with your newspaper?
Precisely. What do you know?
I know the value of a shilling.
Dr. Watson,
Sure, now I can take the day off.
can you describe the man you saw?
He was carrying a lot of books. Up to his chin they were.
Never heard of a well-read assassin.
Looks can deceive, hence the appeal of disguises. Did you see what he was up to?
Nah, not really. I saw him approaching your house, but I had a customer. Then there's a loud bang. I ducked down. Not because I was scared, because I wasn't. I had to protect the merchandise. And all I could see was him kneeling at your door.
Which way did he go?
Not sure. I was distracted by customers. Sorry.
All right. You earned your shilling. That'll be all.
Thanks, Mr. Holmes. Maybe I could be your eyes and ears. If you have more shillings.
A new question, your mind palace?
Get your copy of the Strand here.
Who ruined the Strand? Oh. Does it... Why is there still an exclamation mark on it.
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here.
Do you even have enemies that would want to kill you? Okay, perhaps from Cordona.
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here.
Oh no. I will kill this kid if I stay here too long. Okay, I got it. This boy said the suspicious man was carrying a stack of books, and this morning Mr. Barnes, the local bookseller, delivered a novel for Dr. Watson. Makes sense.
Come now, Mr. Holmes. Murder? Yes, Barnes has his quirks, but he also has his scruples.
Not every pawn knows it's part of a game.
In the evidence with the bookshop photo by pressing square. Try to find the bookshop. What? Oh, it shows up here. Well, guys, I don't think it's this way.
May I ask for your assistance?
No, sir, I've never heard of it.
May I ask you something?
No, sir, I've never heard of it.
Help me, please.
No, sir, I've never heard of it.
Barnes's bookshop? Where? Oh. The game found it before me. NPCs can't wait to play this game. Well, games have NPCs. More games have NPCs. Hello, Bexley. How are you? Welcome.
Do you know anything about this?
Excuse me, what? I'm not sure I know.
Well, everyone is helpful. So I can unpin this? Okay. Wow. Charles Dickens, Mr. Gogol, and Edgar Allan Poe.
How about that Vogel fellow? He seems rather obsessed with you. Would he do something like this?
Is that the Sephirothic 3? Why is that here? Why is that on a bookstore? Rude. I'm just gonna observe him. It's rude to stare at people, sir. His hand is dirty as fuck. Newspaper ink. Bags in their eyes. The effects of overwork. I can even look. Thank you for the follow, Baxley. Can even look from different directions. Sore left leg. Leans heavily on his right leg. High heels. Wants to look taller. He's developed a limp and has large bags under his eyes, the result of long hours of intense work. He's not very confident and tries to appear taller by wearing high heels. Seems unlikely that such a person would be involved in a murder plot, even if the ink on his hands suggests he's the one who soiled the newspaper. Nevertheless, Mr. Barnes could still be a pawn, a bigger plan without his knowledge. Blackmail victim. No. He's just a workaholic.
Mr. Barnes, a word. Oh, for goodness sake.
Maybe not.
Who goes there?
Sherlock Holmes. Now will you please...
Mr. Holmes. Golly, I did not see you come in.
Would you
What?
care to answer some questions for me?
Well, I wish I could, but I am deep in the weeds with work. How about we reschedule in a month or two?
Come now, Mr. Barnes. It will only take a moment.
Really deep in the weeds with important things. Well, help yourself to any book. Just take it and pay later. I trust you, Mr. Holmes.
Barnes doesn't seem like himself. Why is he acting this way?
You're asking the right questions, Doctor. Let's find a way to coax him out.
Is that a cute dog?
So, Barnes has a dog now. Who's a good boy?
Wait, is it cute? Can't even understand what the dog is like. Oh, it is.
An improvised stand, but it does make the flowers more visible.
Yes, but for what?
In the language of Mycroft's secret agents, it's a sign. Dried flowers are replaced when the job is done. I wonder who the recipient is.
Mm. Evening, Mr. Holmes. Hello, Tro. How are you?
The finest view London has to offer.
The Jungle Book?
Basics of cryptanalysis. Cryptography in Egypt. It appears Barnes has an interesting hobby.
Catalog of exotic plants on Barnes's counter. The name of the catalog reads Everlasting Plants for an Everlasting Love.
I could hardly imagine anything more macabre.
Barnes has always been a little odd, but this is uncharacteristic even for him.
The ladder is broken recently, judging by the freshness of the wood.
Apologies, but I can't hear you. Please come back later.
Is there more I can find here? What was that shockwave I sent? What? What is this? I assume you've already solved most of the cases since you're Japan's preeminent detective? No, I just started.
The weather is dreary, isn't it? To be fair, my flowers could use the rainfall.
Another doggo. Ah, wait. Am I supposed to solve it in my mind before the game allows me to progress? A few anime with Japanese descendants of Sherlock? I don't know if I've seen any. Why is Barnes acting so strangely? You're supposed to do it in your mind palace. What does this mean? That one of them was not correct? That doesn't make any sense. Is this like the other Sherlock Well, Sherlock games you played through? I believe this one is a remake of an older one that Shonen played. A lot has changed, supposedly? Okay. Sherlock Holmes The Awakened is an adventure video game developed by Frogwares and published in 2007 for Microsoft Windows. And it's that one just remastered. Yeah, I don't know if it's remastered or remade. If a lot has changed, then it's a remake, right? I am very confused. Maybe it doesn't help that I never played any of this.
We're looking for a cactus needle in a haystack. A spine in a book stack? No, come on, Watson, think.
So, Barnes has a dog now. Who's a good boy? So, Barnes has a dog now.
I like bookshops.
Who's a good boy?
One of the few spots in London where you were shunned for making a racket. Didn't you once tell me that answers usually lie in plain sight?
I thought about one pair of evidence, but I won't say. Oh no, I'm kind of lost. Feel free to help. I'm wondering if I need to go outside and do something else.
Didn't you once tell me that answers usually lie in plain sight?
A broken ladder and his limb. And can I connect them? That's the problem is I don't understand how to unpin the dead flowers on display. It's pinned forever. I can't remove it. I understand. You need to be on the page where dead flowers were from to unpin it. The dead flowers aren't even a thing here, are they? Oh, they are. Yeah, so these are pinned, right, on the Mind Palace. But if I do something here, it shows up on screen. That's a different pin. Not sure. I don't understand. I think I'm just not understanding the mechanics here. Spycraft was Holmes' brother in MI6. He's into spycraft and the like, right? Yeah. Exotic plants catalog. Let's see. Combines with this.
In the language of Mycroft's secret agents, it's a sign. Dried flowers are replaced when the job is done. I wonder who the recipient...
I did get a link about cryptography. Cryptology. And what about, like, the documents and testimonies? They disappeared. Where are they? Like, I was selecting them to try, and they disappeared. Now there's none. Nothing I can select. I'm feeling really stupid here. But I don't think it's the game. It's the mechanics of the game. Might be a bug, I think. They're all Baker Street. No, this is after I've done it. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to understand what the hell is wrong with this. Okay, so now the documents and testimonies are back. We'll have to check things again.
In the language of Mycroft's secret agents, it's a sign. Dried flowers are replaced when the job is done. And to stand, but it
Some
does make
stuff
the flowers
disappeared from the
smell.
Mind Palace. I'm not sure, like,
Finest view London has
if
to
I'm
offer.
doing this wrong or not, so.
Barnes has always been a little odd, but this is uncharacteristic even for him. We're looking for a cactus needle in a haystack. A spine in a book stack? No, come on, Watson, think. I like bookshops. One of the few spots in London where you are shunned for making a racket. Didn't you once tell me that answers usually lie in plain sight?
Do they now?
Basics of cryptoanalysis, cryptography in Egypt. It appears Barnes has an interesting hobby.
Okay. I can save. Okay.
I could hardly imagine anything more macabre.
At least we can save before we start trying
The
things.
ladder is broken, recently, judging by the freshness of the wood. So, Barnes has a dog now. Who's a good boy?
Apologies, but I can't hear you. Please come back later.
I think that's everything, right? Does Watson never stop being yellow? Okay, manual save. Let's see. So, we want to mix, we want to try to combine the cryptology with the dead flowers, with the fact that he's involved in this scheme, right? No. But see, when I attempt that, that one disappeared. So it's not a bug. I just don't understand how to play this game. Why did it disappear? Like, the dead flowers are locked now, and I can't unselect them. The dead flowers are locked in the observations, and I can't unselect, right? The other things, like the document testimony, when you hover over something, it says X for NPN. Yeah, but this one does not. I can't unpin it. And the ones I pinned disappeared. So, for example, I'm combining with a broken ladder with... No, I can't. With doesn't matter. One of the reviews said they dumped this down so you can't submit a case wrong like you used to be able to. You need you to link it. Huh? Something else to it? But what? Dead flowers on display. Exotic plants catalog. Let's see. So I try this, and they disappear. It did? Was I on the flowers? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Switch from items. Oh, it does say, but I can't. Yeah, it does say it now, and I'm still with it. I still have it selected, but I can't. I really don't understand. Maybe I'm missing another document and testimony. But, yeah, I don't understand. Press X to doubt. So, should I be outside trying to get a testimony? I don't think there's anything else in here. Okay, thank you for your kind words, sir. And you too. Pull up a guide for a game that just launched. Thank you all for the kind words. Does no one talk to me?
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here.
I already talked to you. Does he knock over everything he touches? It's clumsy Holmes. You have a limp. Are you guilty of something? Is that English? I don't know, man. I'm pulling up a guide in the first hour. Need to connect each of the dots in the center. Dots tying to evidence that matches. Yeah, I mean, I've done it already with the first one, except there weren't many options. And I just nailed it. Okay. Well, we're exploring London. You got the evidence, you just haven't linked them the right order, maybe? I know that's not very helpful. The thing is that I don't know if you're understanding the biggest problem here is that I can't even try again. Like, you need to connect 3 things, right? So, right now, in the documents and testimonies section, all of them disappeared. So, even if I wanted to try again and connect something, I don't have anything to connect here. So it's impossible to try again. Which is why I was saying, which is why you were saying, oh, maybe it's a bug, and I reloaded, right? So I think I'm missing evidence there. R2, any other tabs? Yeah, but the other tabs connect to the so this is the yellow. The yellow is connected, and I can't unconnect, right? This is the green ones. They all disappeared, and the blue ones I can select one, but it will not. It will not attempt to connect them until I have 3, and I don't have 3 because this part has nothing. So clearly I need to go get more clues, no? I have to be missing a green, right? Cat? Doesn't pet the cat. Watson?
Didn't you once tell me that answers usually lie in plain sight?
He's just repeating himself.
Didn't you once tell me that answers usually lie in plain sight?
In the bookstore he says more things. New case, the dreams of the children. Why do you hire him anyway? I don't. He's not getting paid. Watson is a tag-along.
A small minecart. Endearing.
So he can write his books.
Looks like putting something in the slot may get the gears inside to move. Looks like a factory to me. Wonder what could get the gears inside moving.
Thank you, Throw.
A model of a homely room and fireplace.
Hello? Where's the second clue here? Oh.
Chimney bears a peculiar form, like it's meant to have something put inside.
Why am I investigating this?
Children's clothes, judging by the size.
Welcome to the hunt, Ayo. Street pigeons and roof ravens. Another treasure hunt is upon you. With a clue in hand, it's up to you to find all the dolls.
Padlocks have names etched onto them. Anne, Tom, Charles.
Yes, but why? Is that a recurring thing in these games? I feel like I'm playing Sam and Max and not understanding any of the references. Yeah, I got all the clues, but guess I didn't manipulate this very much. This is the one that looks most suspicious.
I could hardly imagine anything more macabre. The ladder is broken, recently, judging by the freshness of the wood.
Well, you have any items to read in your inventory? Da-da-da. Feel like GameFAQs has less and less guides these days, does that? Look through. Okay, visiting barns. Okay. Workaholic was the more accurate answer, so I didn't pick the wrong one, at least. Investigate this exotic plants catalog. Also be sure to head to the front window to find dead flowers on display. When you're done with everything, head outside. Ah. Speak to Lily. Head over the road from the bookstore. No, over the road from the bookstore is a florist with a lady outside. Go and interact with her to find out her name is Lily. Then search for interactive areas, specifically the arrangement of flowers to your left. Fuck my life. You end up checking a guide? Yeah! I gotta know if it's... Thank you for the bid, Valeria. I gotta know if it's me being stupid or if it's not working properly. Clearly it's me being stupid.
Encouraging people to stop and smell the roses?
Our national emblem. God save the Queen.
I thought the national emblem were 3 lions.
It must take patience and care to produce a bloom so beautiful.
I imagine so. I merely sell them.
The pot is damaged. The blow was severe, but softened by something.
Who could have done it?
The pot is damaged. The blow was severe, but softened by something.
Yes, and that's not a clue?
The pot is damaged. The blow was severe, but softened by something.
Yes, it was.
The pot is damaged.
No,
The
no,
blow
no.
was severe, but softened by something.
You're not saying that again on my watch. I'm just too stupid for this game. Oh, the cactus has 2 things.
Familiar spine? Is this what I found in my dustbin?
Anything tickle your fancy, Mr. Holmes?
Mourning brooch honoring deceased husband. Luxury fabric, unusual for work attire. Distant look, avoids eye contact or distracted. Wearing makeup for beauty or concealment. Stepped on poop! Changed shoes upon arrival, clean boots. He's ready to move on.
Mrs. Fleming, you look particularly lovely today. Is there a reason?
Does a woman need a reason to look or feel beautiful?
No, but your distant look suggests you seek one man's gaze in particular.
Who told you that?
Nobody. Merely a keen eye and some simple deduction.
Well, I'll kindly ask you to keep your keen eye to yourself, Mr. Holmes.
Provide evidence. Evidence of what? Of her moving on?
I'm afraid I can't help with that, Mr. Holmes. I don't know anything about this, sorry.
One of these things is not like the other.
Come again?
The cactus. Those fearsome spines can prove a devil to remove, and the sap is often toxic.
And a rose thorn can give you tetanus, but we still grow them. The cactus seems comparatively harmless, though you have me thinking it must be valuable.
I was under the impression that you knew its price already.
Your guess is as good as mine. The first time I saw this cactus was when I came back from my break.
What? What break?
I'm afraid I can't help with that, Mr. Holmes. Are you sure you're asking the right person? I'm just a flower seller.
I don't know what I'm asking.
Are you sure you're asking the right person? I'm just a flower seller.
Are you familiar with Mr. Barnes?
Yes. No, not really. Well, in a way.
What on earth does that mean?
I know who he is, of course, but we haven't shared much more than a look.
A look?
Yes. Each morning I go for a walk in the park with my dog, and most days I spot Mr. Barnes there with his new puppy, so we see each other. Actually, we once met briefly while our dogs played. He was quiet and seemed unsteady as he approached, but since then, we've never spoken. I often see him staring through the shop window. Sometimes I wonder what he thinks about that would etch such longing onto his face. Are you sure you're asking the right person? I'm just a flower seller.
What do you make of the flowers in Barnes' shop window?
Well, they could use a bit of water.
Do they mean anything to you?
Mean anything how? I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Holmes.
Why do you think they're there?
Are you suggesting the flowers are for me?
It seems likely, does it not?
Oh, I hope you're right.
Nailed it first try. No guide. So smart. Just realized I haven't talked to you guys since when I watched that new Mario movie. What do you think? Smart! Also, the movie wasn't offensive to like the acceptable bordering on good. Okay, okay. That's the least excited review that I've impressions that I've read. Displays a bouquet of dead flowers to attract the attention of Miss Fleming, a florist. He may hope she will come to his shop and give him watering advice, or it could simply be a symbol of his desperation. Barnes anonymously gifted her a cactus, which he ordered from the catalog of his counter. A questionable choice, but for Barnes a symbol of his eternal love, since the catalog presents this cacti as immortal. Plainly, this is the same cactus he dropped on the Strand outside 2221B Baker Street. Now to hear the full story. We solved the case, guys. It's incredible.
I think perhaps I have been chasing shadows.
It was a 90-minute movie. Clearly the target audience wasn't me, but you know, it was fun.
Do Do not despair, Mr. Holmes. Even the best of us make mistakes.
As long as,
We better tell Mr. Barnes what we've learned.
So Holmes just assumed it was assassination, it was just a distracted cleric? Yep.
Mr. Barnes, I know what you did, and I know why you did it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Holmes. I can't hear you very well from behind the door.
Then open it.
You ordered a cactus from the plant catalogue and then left it for Mrs. Fleming as a gift. You placed flowers in the window to get her attention and wear high heels to appear taller and more desirable. You are her secret admirer. I couldn't read this morning's edition of The Strand because it was covered in soil and spines. I know you dropped a cactus on it and then fled.
Barnes, it's Dr. Watson. Rest assured we are not interested in disclosing your personal affairs to anyone, including Mrs. Fleming. Please come out.
We're not?
All right, then.
Then why am I even here? Not for gossip, then what?
You know what happened then? I was on my way back from the post office, having picked up the cactus and some books. It was quite an awkward package, heavy too, and when I got to your door, I dropped the cactus in your paper. Forgive me.
I needed that paper to prove a theory and prevent a crime. Your actions were rather disruptive. Your clumsiness carrying the post is matched only by the clumsiness of your romantic gesture.
Oh, it's true. I am useless with this sort of thing. I'm not even sure if Mrs. Fleming noticed.
As in most things in life, truth is the answer. Cease with the abstruse signals and anonymous gifts, and simply talk to the woman. What is the worst that can happen? She rejects you, and you are freed from this endless purgatory.
That... Yes, you are correct, of course. I do have a slight tendency to overthink things. Thank you.
So, at last, we return to the matter of the paper. I'm investigating a string of burglaries. Did you perhaps read of any before the edition was spoiled?
I don't recall, but you're welcome to read our copy for yourself.
You had an issue of The Strand here all along?
Well, naturally. I am a bookseller. I have a subscription to every magazine and newspaper in London.
So you ought to be familiar with the concept
Rich.
of burying the lead.
Oh no, my apologies, Mr. Holmes. I'll make it up to you however I can. I am an expert on obscure languages and translation and
Yes, okay. Just give me the paper.
Ooh. We did it, guys. We beat the game. There we go. Saltpeter explosion rock stocks. Locals at the Port of London had a rude awakening last night, with loud bangs and thick red smoke disturbing the peace. Merchant ship Moskva had docked at Pier N3 in the early evening en route to Europe, when it was rocked by several concussive explosions. The Port Authority is yet to comment on the incident, and it is unknown if any crew members were on board at the time. Eyewitnesses report seeing saltpeter leaking into the river, but with the area still off limits to workers and the public, it may be some time before we have a full account of what transpired. Yes, this was truly the Lovecraftian horror that was written so descriptively. Yep.
Come, Dr. Watson. Let us put this matter behind us.
Farewell, Mr. Barnes. I hope to hear good news about you and Mrs. Fleming.
How? How would you ever be able to reconcile your mind with the fact that the newspaper was ruined? Unlock 2 outfits. I have a gun now. Cortona suit.
Well, that was an utter waste of time. An assassination
Did seem rather unlikely.
There was supposed to be another burglary. I was certain of it. Something you wish to say, Doctor?
No? Well, only that you have a remarkable faculty for deduction and pattern recognition. And that perhaps, if ill-applied...
I see things that are not there.
Yes. It is London. There will always be burglaries. Doesn't have to be anything.
So it seems. Forgive me. Without something to occupy my mind, I turn into an entirely different animal.
Which brings us back to my news from earlier. I think I have a case for you, a real one.
Truly?
Indeed. Though perhaps not as thrilling as your stories from Cordona. A patient of mine, Captain Stenwick, told me that his servant disappeared. I said I knew just the man to help. What do you say?
Oh, Watson.
Yes, I know it's not the most tantalizing mystery, nor the story to launch my writing career. But...
It's brilliant. Let's go.
Oh, good. Well, his house is nearby. Come.
I don't think we beat it yet. But we must be close. Any moment now. Credits are about to roll.
Is this lousy attitude of yours because of my altercation with Inspector Lockhart? Did he put you up to this?
Sir, the inspector has nothing to do with it. I'm telling you the same thing I tell anyone seeking a missing person.
Good day, gentlemen. Forgive the intrusion. Captain Stenwick, this is my colleague Sherlock Holmes, the consulting detective I told you about.
At last, a professional. This useless officer refuses to do anything about Kimmy here, my missing servant. What was your name again? I shall be certain to inform your superiors.
Sergeant Ruffles. And it's my superiors who made this decision, sir.
I'm more partial to Lace, but Ruffles are good too. It seems that there's a missing person on a part. Doc says later because of a spill. We're better to hide a missing person. Now we have two missing persons. The servant and the Scandinavian guy.
Why has the police department decided not to help?
We investigate murders, thefts, fraud, arson, real crimes. A servant walking away from his master is not our highest priority. That said, if we find him here breaking the law, we'll be sure to notify Captain Stenwick.
Have there been other disappearances lately?
Of course, here and there. But when life is tough and opportunity comes knocking, you can't blame those who answer. Now, I must be off. Best of luck in your search.
You heard that, didn't you? The way that man spoke to me. I shall need your written testimony. Then we can lodge a complaint.
Captain, perhaps Mr. Holmes' time is better spent learning about your servant, so that he may begin his investigation.
Ah, yes. Quite right. Fire away.
When did you last see your servant?
Kimmy here normally brings me the morning papers, but yesterday I had to get them myself. He must have escaped the night before yesterday.
You had to get the papers yourself? What a world we live in.
Tell me about Kim here.
He's foreign, a Maori, all the way from New Zealand. Biggest man you've ever seen, and as strong as two. Dark hair and fearsome tattoos. He doesn't speak a whit of English, never bothered to learn. But I made do with pointing. I invested a lot of money in him, so he must be found.
Yes. When he's angry, he goes like this. If he's 30, he's like. This is dumb.
May I see your servant's bedroom?
His shack is in the garden. You can't miss it.
Did you search the room?
Of course, but only to check he wasn't lying dead inside. Everything seemed normal at a glance.
I look over and what the fuck is happening? Just interpreting the game.
take it this is the first time Kimahir has vanished?
Undoubtedly. The man seemed terrified of the city. I think it was all the noise. He never left this estate. Should he cause any damage, I will bear the responsibility, for it was I who rescued him from savagery and brought him here to England in the first place.
Why would he run away? Why? Why would a servant run away?
Is there any reason Kimahir may have left?
I should think not. He had all he could have wanted. Gainful employment, new clothes, and all the cabbage he could eat.
What a dreamy life.
Did Kimahir make off with anything of value?
Heavens, no. I would have mentioned it to Sergeant Ruffles.
Still, he must have fled with some money on his person.
No. I kept his wages in my safe. For security.
All right, Captain. I think I have enough to get started. We shall first take a look around the mansion.
Go ahead. I'll be here, mentally drafting my complaint.
Has a large house and gives his manservant check in the garden. It's almost like, yeah, he's treating him great.
Why are you still here?
Definitely a dreamy life. And clearly he paid him well and kept his wages in his own safe. So what more could he have wanted? Money. What is this?
Chewing tobacco. A shoe print, roughly size 11, with a worn-out sole. These are a workman's boots.
He ran away because he broke the statue? I move up and I look at the head. I can only go left and right. This seems like a really obvious thing that's important, so why can't I analyze it? It's the same color as the Thinking Witcher view. I wouldn't know that. I never played The Witcher. I don't see anything else. This? Yes. Seems to have more clues in the front. Alright. We're once again missing clues. Going to move on. Oh, now you tell me this? Come on. When you see a wavy green circle, press R1 to observe the object more closely. Fuck you. Why is that not on the list of things in the bottom that you can do?
Looks like a knee print. Someone knelt here. The amount of chewing tobacco suggests they were waiting a while.
Amazing, Mr. Holmes. To read the ground like an open book.
Nothing gives me greater joy than David really clicking with the game. I just think that was stupid. Am I supposed to interact with that or not? Like, come on. If the controls have been explained and also are written at the bottom, how am I supposed to figure out by myself that I need to press a new button that no one has told me and that is not at the bottom in the list of commands?
The rag reeks of smoke. Someone plugged the chimney.
Is that a face mark?
Impressive. The sack of grain retained the shape of an impact. Someone hit their head here.
Okay. Let's see, I'm not entirely crazy.
A small navy spyglass.
That Saga of Scenes game throw, are you interested in it?
A scrap of Hessian. These were sturdy boxes. It would have required a serious blow to break them.
Did you end up watching the Exit VOD? I played more of it. I think I...
A Maori nose flute. Ngurus, they're called.
I think I recommend it.
No air coming through it. No air coming through it. Is this a Taniwha, a Maori water spirit, or something else?
Oh yeah,
It's giving me chills.
I know what you mean.
Clothes made of Hessian. Is Sten really so miserly?
There's just too many games coming out.
have left these tracks. They seem fresh. This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
What's this? Secret yard, like miniatures with mechanisms inside them. There's a locker with 3 padlocks. I know. Is it connected? Are those things connected at all? What? I'm confused. Did you see I got the Live Alive? From Square?
The door to your garden has an interesting lock.
Yes, I have uncommon locks on every door of my mansion. It makes them harder to pick. Kimmy here and I both had a set of keys.
I'll need to borrow them.
No, you'll need to do what I tell you to do. Examine the garden. Are you joking? Why would I know this? I thought you were meant to be intelligent.
No.
Is this spyglass familiar?
I don't recognize it.
Could it be Kimahir's, perhaps?
I doubt it. I never saw him with it, nor could I suggest how he might have come by it.
I came across a pile of Hessian clothes in the shack. Are they Kimahir's?
Yes. I had to give him something to clothe himself. He seemed unfazed by his bare skin, but I found it distracting. Where on earth are you going with this?
Has Kimahir ever indulged in tobacco?
No, the man doesn't even drink.
Are you certain? I found chewing tobacco in the garden.
I controlled Kimahir's expenses since he struggled with the currency. I would have known if he used tobacco. Where on earth are you going with this?
Do you happen to know Kimahir's shoe size?
I wouldn't have the foggiest, but I'm sure it was enormous. Not that it matters. He spent his life barefoot. Despite my best efforts, he simply did not take to shoes.
But, This is a weird ass mechanic. There's 3 possible options. You gotta select the one that fits the evidence. Okay. It says previous, so I thought it was just what happened before. But does something happen when I do it properly?
Stenwick makes his servant live in a tool shed. You think you know someone.
If you find my man, I have a marvelous whiskey with your name on it.
Someone blocked the shed's chimney on purpose. The servant passed out from smoke, then got dragged off. Yeah. And this person was waiting for him, hiding behind the statue.
This dreary rain is making a miserable day even worse.
The thing is, am I supposed to connect those, or? Clues in Stenwick's garden. Yes. Once again, I only have 2 green. I can't even pin this one. Or, oh, what? Wait. Oh, it's 2 blue. Isn't that it? No? No, we're probably missing things again. Oh, shit. Can't go around it? Okay, so... Ah. Multi-broken, not used recently. Okay. Kidnapper does have keys now from servants, so could have opened that gate. Yeah, that's. I wanted to go on the other side.
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
Nope. Now I need 2 blues. And not one of them is correct for sure. Ooh, the strand is correct. Really? I think it's connected to the explosion? Why would it be connected to the explosion? I think we have to use the guide again. Shit. There was a new thing, there was a different thing here. He talked about the stove and he talked about something in the stove.
A heavy chemical odor. Lend me your nose, Doctor.
Ah, I'll never forget that smell after my time in Afghanistan. That's an opioid, Mr. Holmes, a narcotic.
The ashes are long since cold. Mutton chops, the remains of a meal.
I think that's it. Scenario 3. This one is scenario 3 as well. Okay, so they're all correct. As you may have noticed, whilst wandering in concentration mode, setting those scenarios up, a prompt has been appearing on the right side of the screen to pin a piece of evidence. If you press the prompt, it will reveal the correct evidence to pin is a lock with an unusual key. Well, and we'll pin it automatically. Now return to the shack with the evidence pinned. You'll notice two areas you can concentrate on that you couldn't before. Investigate both of them to update your evidence and unlock the fourth scene. Oh. Usual form bent to the left. Key print missing. Where is it? Oh. Oh, it was the other guy. Yeah. No. Scene 5? Where's scene 5? You can head outside and you'll see directly to your right now a couple areas to concentrate. Reveals the trail in Captain Stenwick's garden evidence. More importantly, final scene for investigation mechanic. Note the fourth scene is by the cart tracks. The fifth scene is by the garden gate door. What? What garden gate door? Not here, right? Very far away.
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
I'm not getting the last one. Head outside and to the right. Now, you can head outside and you'll see directly to your right another couple areas to concentrate on that weren't available before. Just gonna rest. Yeah, I'm going to have to go to bed soon too. No, the shack, what it says is these two, which we got, right? And then it says, go outside and you'll see directly to your right. Oh, these tracks? Maybe? Ah, it didn't tell me to change the pin. Okay. I'm learning.
Someone moved a cart to this spot and then took it elsewhere. Can't see it anywhere in the garden.
Nope. Show me the next. Yep, that's it. Validate.
Surveilling from afar, the intruder waited for a window of opportunity. Kimahir went to sleep, the man crept up to the shack and slipped narcotics down the chimney pipe, then blocked it with a cloth. Kimahir inhaled the sedative and fell into a deep sleep. The intruder tried to move him, but the man was heavier than expected. The intruder fell on the sack and dropped his spyglass. In order to transport the servant, he had to use the cart. The final challenge was opening the garden door. Luckily for our intruder, Kimahir had the key in his shack.
Remarkable. It makes total sense.
We're geniuses.
You'd best have found something by now, gentlemen.
I fear that someone may have spied upon Kimahir. Likely the owner of the spyglass I found earlier. It appears they were watching for some time, as there was an impressive amount of chewing tobacco on the ground.
And your point?
I found the residue of narcotics in Kimahir's brazier. There are several explanations, perhaps your servant's recreational interest, or an attempt at poisoning.
Cut to the chase, Mr. Holmes.
You said that you checked the shack earlier. Did you notice the cart tracks near it? Now, one ought to expect a servant to make regular use of such a thing. Indeed, I would have overlooked the detail were it not for the cart's absence. If, as you say, Kimahir never leaves your estate, then where did it go?
I expect answers from you, Mr. Holmes, not questions.
I won't keep you in suspense any longer, Captain. Kimahir was abducted by the owner of the spyglass. When your servant fell asleep, he slipped a narcotic into Kimahir's brazier to make him sleep even more soundly. In order to carry a man as large as Kimahir, the intruder stole the cart and rolled him right out of your garden.
Now, hold on. All this simply to tell me what I already know? Why haven't you found him yet?
I only arrived a moment ago. It is, frankly, incredible that I have already deduced so much.
Every second you dawdle here, waiting for me to stroke your ego, is another second wasted. I'm not interested in the how, the why, or the who. I am only interested in recovering my investment. Spare me the claptrap, boy, and go and fetch my servant.
Captain, you are so addled by delusions of competency that you miss the blindingly obvious. Without the assistance of others, you are utterly incapable. Kimahir endured your nonsense far longer than I will.
The point is, Captain, we're telling you this for a reason. The intruder fled through the garden door, and we need a key to follow his trail.
Well, then you should have led with that. Here you go. I hope you'll return soon with good news. And in the meantime, please teach your companion the art of brevity.
Can we punch this guy in the face? Somewhat? Some knee interaction? I've been on the street already. Why did I need that key exactly? Is this the cart?
Sturdy rope, professionally tied in a Portuguese bowline. This knot is often used by sailors to create a bosun's chair.
Ah, the Portuguese whatever. Of course, very familiar.
Wheels picked up grass along the way. Kimahia's cart, I gather.
Oof.
Roy Soulsby. Could that be the name of our man?
He dropped something within that identification?
A strange substance. I have my suspicions based on the colour and consistency, but would you care to hazard a guess, Doctor?
Well, it's odorless, but from the way it absorbs water, I'd say saltpeter.
Then we're in agreement. Well done.
Oh.
A large pile of horse droppings.
Lovely.
Many cigarette butts. Someone stood here for hours. There was a cab waiting here. Our abductor slipped in and then off into the night.
Am I missing something still? Okay. The other ones don't matter. Oh. The spyglass. Was kidnapped by a sailor. Particular knot, spyglass, and the footprints of a working man's boots, they all add up to one conclusion. Kimihi's abductor is a sailor. My god. It's all back to Shenmue 1! We now know that Kimihi's kidnapper is most likely a sailor, that his wallet bears saltpeter residue, and that there was a recent saltpeter accident in the port of London. Everything suggests that to find Kimihiya, we must head to the port of London. There's no time to lose. It is vital that we find a cab to the port of London immediately.
The Strand proved not so useless after all. The saltpeter accident. Doctor, do you recall?
The Port of London.
Of course. The footwear, the spyglass. Indeed. We shall need to take a cab there.
We don't need to talk to this guy?
Stupid, Mr. Holmes. Stop loitering and go and do your job.
Can I kill him? Are you a cab? Depart this location. You cannot return after leaving. Be sure to finish everything you wanted to do here. Really? I guess I need to finish the kids thing? Whatever that was? There was a picture where they hide a briefcase? What picture? What briefcase? What, where?
What a grim view.
The kids map? Actually, it kind of looks like the place where I just was. Doesn't it? Hey.
What does it say? No seams or torn fabric on this doll. Likely one-legged by design.
The treasure hunt is upon you. Pull in a hand, it's up to you to find all the dolls.
The treasure hunt. Used to do lots of those in my childhood for myself and... Is it a call for help? A bad joke? Or both? Better not risk leaving this matter ignored, don't you think?
The park.
Impressive stature, strong gaze. I think this man deserves a knighthood.
Really, Holmes? How can you be so sure?
On rare occasions, Watson, it can suffice to trust one's gut. A miner with a sooty face, at least in doll form. What's this?
Mm-hmm. This one's going a little better so far.
Unnaturally bent legs, yet they look to be a design choice. Seems to be for me.
I'm just walking around.
May I ask you something? I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Is it trying to lead me here? Because I've already been here. Oh, it is.
Charles.
He's dead.
Anne.
This guy is Santa.
Tom.
Oh, it's not over.
Last doll seems recently made. Tom, Charles, Anne, and Mary.
Oh boy. They all dead. Fun. Finally made it. You found the last piece of the puzzle. It's not only the last piece in this hunt, it's the last piece ever, my street pigeons. I know to a lot of you, my riddles were the only glint of light in your day, but shining that soul beam meant being surrounded by complete darkness. With Charlie's death, the third of our foursome, my lips have lost the ability to smile. Life has forced us to work where we don't belong, squeezing what little light we had out of us. Each day ended with me praying that the next, when I'd have to climb down the chimney again, breathe those awful fumes, listen to all the screams, would never come, and I don't even know how to pray. My friends thought I was the strongest, but with every loss I felt smaller and weaker, and now I feel nothing at all, so goodbye. I hope that one day you can fly away to warmer places, happier times, and never again be forced to give up your lives for scraps.
Not sure I like the treasure hunt's ending.
Could we really have saved her, Holmes?
No. Solving this crime is beyond my reach. It is society who must work on sparing children from death by hard labor.
Well, children died, but I got a new suit, so I guess it's fine. Oh well. Sometimes video games get in their own way with their video game-ness, don't they?
Where to, Gav? The Port of London, please. I will show you where to stop.
All the hard labor was worth it? Absolutely. Four kids are dead, but I got a new suit in a video game. That's the dream.
Mr. Holmes, what a compelling mystery we have stumbled upon. Perhaps I have the premise of my next novel. One kidnapping does not a story make. Stop!
That's not the hat I
That
picked.
cat crossed before us. It's a bad omen.
I did not take you for the superstitious type, Doctor. Such things are mere fantasies, tricks of a feeble mind. One imagines a physician would keep a surer footing in reality.
Perhaps. Before the war, my time abroad was difficult. Once, I came across an Afghan, bleeding, who I could not save. He pressed a rosary into my hand. A gift, he said, so as to gain God's favor after that.
Dr. Watson?
Yes, well, I shan't get into details, but sometime later I found myself lost in the desert. Dehydration set in, and things grew ever more dire. The man's words came to me. I said a prayer and placed the rosary on a rock. A gift to gain God's favor.
And you were rescued.
Yes. A detachment of British soldiers found me.
To whom I'm grateful. Without their diligence, you would not be standing here and I would not have this case.
I'm sure you have another explanation prepared, Mr. Holmes, but I think I shall cling to the occasional superstition all the same.
To each his own, Dr. Watson. So long as it does not interfere with my methods, do it. We must press on, cat or no cat. The question remains, why abduct Kimmer here?
Yeah. 16 games, what? Oh. There's just 1,000 versions of this last one. Yeah, we knew about this. Sherlock can ask bystanders about a piece of evidence. Press options to open the case book, pin evidence, and then speak with someone. Right now with a calling card. This isn't the hat I had equipped. Why did they change it? Well, anyway, it's late. We tell about fairy fencer lore. There are the fairies, and there is the fencing, the end. That is deep, sir. No wonder you like that so much. So, that was our first look at Sherlock Holmes The Awakened. Hope you enjoyed it. I certainly struggled with it, but with a guide, I think it can be very fun. Alright, I think we're set. I think we're all set. And the path has been completely opened. And tomorrow, we are starting the Final Fantasy I Pixel Remaster. I do want to come back to some of these games after I'm done with that. Another 1-bit distraction. Appreciate the distraction, thank you very much. And yeah, I'm very excited. It's about time. Let's go get that Pixel Remaster Platinum. 6 Platinums in a row, hopefully, and then we'll return to a bunch of these games, because I certainly think some of them are worth exploring more. Yeah. Again, I don't know if I said it, I got the key for this game. I might not have said it at the start, so Just so it's said. Please beware, David will reach levels of excitement tomorrow that might be against TOS. I'm sorry in advance. Alright. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for trying to help me with this. I will see you tomorrow for Final Fantasy 1. Goodbye. Good night.